Live, trance, and prosper. Hi, I'm Professor David Phillips. Welcome to my home. I'm in a little bit different spot than I usually am. That's because, well, my laptop that I usually record on has had some issues. Oh, it's so sad. I just wanted to jump in. I'm not even going to do title cards or any of that stuff. Well, because the laptop I usually use is all screwed up. So instead, we're just going to jump to it. And today's topic is deep research. Ooh, that's right. OpenAI has officially released deep research to anyone with a paid account. So if you have a Teams Plus Pro EDU membership, you may have deep research now. How do you know if you have deep research? Well, when you go into your chat, you see down here, you see I got a plus guy where I upload files, I've got search, and I also have deep research. So I can then start typing in prompts for that. Now this is a little different. I'm actually going into the anatomy of an O1 prompt. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask ChatGPT 4.0 over here to help me strengthen my prompt for deep research, because what you really want to have are, you want to have your goal, what it is you're looking to find out. You want a format for the result, and you want any warnings of what sort of data not to cover, what sort of things to avoid, and a context dump where you just kind of dump in everything about what you want. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask ChatGPT to, let me pop this up so I can actually see my keyboard. Please help me create a prompt for ChatGPT deep research that will that'll maximize my results for the following. And then I've already written what I want. I'd like a deep research, because I am a professor. I teach at university in Taiwan. I teach students in an English department who are studying English as a foreign language. I'm working on a handbook. I've done a few of these before. If you belong to my AI research Facebook groups, you probably have seen some of my handbooks on prompts to give students to practice their oral English or their writing and all that. I'd like to have a little handbook for teachers and students that helps them with home practice for oral English. So I've got all the info, and I'm just going to ask ChatGPT to kind of help me strengthen that out. So a high quality deep research prompt, okay, for ChatGPT, and it's giving me a prompt which I will then feed into deep research. So it's telling it the task, what it should give it back, best feedback mechanisms, all that sort of thing. Okay, so we're looking for engaging home practice models. I want the deliverables. What do I want from it? And there's that. So I'm going to just copy this straight up, copy. And then I'm going to go ahead and I don't need to. I can just turn on deep research. And notice I have 10 until March 29. That's the thing. If you're on a plus, I'm on a paid account, I'm on a plus account. If you're a paid subscriber, you get 10 deep researches each month. So this is my first one at this level. I did a video recently about deep research for perplexity, but now ChatGPT's deep research, which is so far the king of the hill, is now available for Plus subscribers, although the model is not the same as the Pro subscribers who get 120 of these deep researches per month. I only get 10, so there's that. But there's my search and deep research. But I'm going to make a new chat. I'm going to go ahead and click on deep research, asking what are you researching, and I'm just pasting in the prompt I got and hitting enter, and it's going to think. Hello, I'm just thinking here. Now, here's the thing. ChatGPT will ask you clarifying questions, okay? And so I'm going to just copy these into another document so that I can answer them quicker, a bit quicker and easier and all that stuff. So let me just do that while I do that here. And booyah, booyah. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to answer in the deep research thing so that you can see what I'm doing. I just need to not hit that arrow. Do I have a preferred timetable? Yes. Now, because this is about using AI for oral English, it's best if it's within the last year and a half or so. Otherwise, before that, you really don't get that engaging. Actually, let's change that to past 2 years, because some oral activities can be tweaked. Okay, so does my research need to focus only on university, or can it also go for adults and secondary? I'm going to say okay. I'm going to say adults and secondary too, as the activities often overlap. Mostly after engaging. Do I prefer the findings tailored to East Asian or Taiwanese students or globally applicable? Going to say global, so that anyone who needs it can use it. Should the AI tools examined be exclusively free, or is research on paid tools okay? Research on paid tools is okay, but the goal is to give students free tool access. So free is best. As I tell my students, while I pay for, well, actually a research project pays for my ChatGPT, I try to make sure that my students I accidentally, okay. Hello, free research on paid. Are there any, would you like research focus on university level students specifically? Secondary are done. Oh, this thing is jumping around on me. I gotta be careful. Are there any particular AI learning platforms? I prefer Okay, I'm specifically looking for the large language models with voice in the free tier. And I'm specifically asking about using voice. So I've answered my clarifying questions, and then I slip that in and we'll conduct. Great, it's conducting its deep dive. And it's telling us, here's my research plan. Here's what I'm prioritizing. Here's what I'm going to do, and it's starting the research. Now, I will be sitting here twiddling my thumbs, and we will see how long this takes. I'm going to make a note of the time. Deep research typically can take anywhere between 5 minutes to 30 minutes, and even an hour or more. So I'm marking the time. This is a pretty straightforward question. So it shouldn't take too long, but one never knows. If you are in academics, you might use your first couple of deep researches just to put in your specialty and see, hey, what does deep research know about my topic of specialty? I've seen a few folks say, well, that's wrong. Or, hey, I am not sure about that. Right, so now we see that it's examining virtual engagement. It's going through compiling a list. So I can see on the right-hand screen, I can see the thought processes of what's going on. Specifically, it's organizing sections for strategies, case studies, feedback. So we see that it's doing the research, and we see both the icon showing us this is the thinking or reasoning, but we also see search. Now over here I can see we've got 3 sources right now, and so it's just going to dive into, the thing about the research is it only has access to anything on the web, but only if it's publicly available. So if you wanted to access some of those closed systems, for instance, I would be very interested in certain types of academic research locations. It's not going to get those, but it does have access. See, I can see already that it's going into ResearchGate, where you can find academic papers and things like that. And many of those are peer-reviewed, and that's really what I should be looking at. I'm doing more of a general thing. He's looking at Duolingo. I don't really use Duolingo. I don't know if any of my students use it, but there's that. But it is interesting to watch what's going on as it's making its thinking. When I did the video on Perplexity's deep research, it had a similar thought process, and it was very fast. We can see that the deep research here is very much different though, and so yay. And let me, I'll come back when this is finished, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, we are back. So I started this 12 minutes ago. After 12 minutes, I get the final report. And so let's just take a real quick peek at what sort of things we got. I did note that it used a lot, 28 sources. So you see here, research completed in 12 minutes with 28 sources. You can click on that and you get right to her. If we go down here, the report title, Effective AI-Driven Strategies for Improving Spoken English, Introduction, Engaging Students in Home-Based Speaking Practice, Gamified Autonomy, Real Life. But notice that it gives footnotes, the references. So at any time, if you're wondering about something, you can always check the reference. And that's a good thing. Also, you want to don't take the report as is. Because even though deep research is much, 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 much better than just, ChatGPT 3, which hallucinated a lot. The reasoning models tend not to hallucinate as much, but it can still happen, and sometimes it's just wrong. And so you do want to double check your results. But it is a okay level report. It's not too shabby. Role-playing and interactive scenarios, I do that. A lot of this I'm already familiar with because, well, I've been doing research on this for a number of years. I will, classroom chatbot integration, that's me. I do that. I will post the report here. I will post it to the AI for EFL Facebook group for folks there who are interested in the results of this and the formatting and that sort of thing. And that I won't edit it. I'll just give you the results as is, and you can get an idea there. Okay, a lot of sources, a lot of things, but it's not too bad. I would say this quality is indeed a bit better than what I got with Perplexity, but they're different. They're different, and a lot of folks say that they really are different in terms of what sort of things you'll get out of them and the results. Now, most of the resources I've seen on using deep research say, hey, you probably want to reiterate. Now, I only get 10 shots per month for this. So I'm not going to do 7 tries on one topic right away. But I might do a couple. I might do, well, okay, I might, depending upon, sorry. I'm not going to edit that out. I'm just going to keep it. I'm tired. Depending upon your needs, maybe that's the way to go. Give it a go if you have a plus plan. If you don't, go and use Perplexity or one of the other models that has deep research. But this is nice, and I absolutely will be using it again. I hope this has been helpful for you, or at least informative. Until next time, this is me, Professor Brian David Phillips, saying, live trance.
Breathe deep, close your eyes, and surrender to the cause. Let the rhythm of the symbols take you far. In the dance of the arcana, see your story start to bloom. Every flip, every turn, it's like magic in the room. Tarot trance, feel the vibe, let your spirit take a ride.